Okay. Probably cut back in, even if I muted some of the pre-ramble, trying to get back to Brothership while avoiding other things.
Like my marriage.
Marriage? No way! We were recording other stuff, though it's on a slightly lower priority.
Wait.
He said what?
You guys plan to, on just charging ahead? Then listen, if you, getting near a sharky, thing, run more, keep running. Just don't even fight them.
Bring it on, Bone Fan. I've beat bigger bone sharks than you, bitch!
Ah, motherfucker.
Anyway. An invisible block. Come there!
Fuck. No. Those enemies can apparently be very obnoxious.
Yes.
It's one of those, like, you can kill them at this point, but to do that, you apparently need, like, a very, like, specific strategy, so I ain't gonna fuck with that. I ain't fucking with that.
What's going on? Oh. Okay.
And then they give you a warp to stop back. Good.
So, that's happening. Okay. I hate, like, in the middle, my phone goes off. I think it's something important. It's a YouTube notification.
I thought you were going to say, I think it's something important and it's an Amber Alert.
That too. It's a fucking joke, people. You can't cancel me if I cancel myself.
Dodgy jump, where when you miss dodging an attack, it damages. I'll just keep everything as it is for now, because I'm not a scrub that needs the pity defense bonus.
Anyway.
Play the game like a man.
Getting back to this game, after so much random bullshit was happening.
Like the Switch 2 being announced.
And suddenly the Wii U being the new hotness.
You people just won't. You people just like the Wii U because you can't have it. Ooh, you were beefy.
God. Fuck, I can't. Man. I hate when I can't straight face into Riddy retort. This would have been funnier unprompted as a witty retort to what Carson said with the whole y'all just want the Wii U and you can't have it. I was trying to say, yeah, between the NAND failure and the disc rot, no, you can't. Ayo, Bazine.
You people only care about the Wii U now because the eShop went down.
Well, that and the NAND thing is true, and we actually now understand that unironically. But then, right, lately, over the past, like, couple of days, has been this, Wii U discs have disc rot. They apparently don't last that long. if you have Wii U discs, they're going to die in 30 minutes. Even though, unlike the NAND...
I don't like this anime. It gives me the same vibes as Jinx.
Even though, unlike the NAND thing, no one can explain the, disc rot. Now, there's obvious pictures of Wii U games that have disc rot, but just because a Wii U game has disc rot doesn't mean that's common. But... Good night.
What the actual fuck? You know, I say the Jinx thing, but that feels like that would be a Polygon ability where something is like a hydrated and dehydrated state.
Here's the hangry form.
Good old hangry.
It's called hangry!
Yes. As everyone makes a joke out, that generation introduced hangry, low-key, and nice face.
Yes.
On the same generation.
Back to what I was saying. Because I will say... I will say this and be fair about it. Because I understand that new information...
Oh, we're probably gonna get a digging power.
Pretty sure you get
there is a, like, shadow.
Yes, there's a block in there.
Okay. Bonk. Bonk.
Gotta be, yeah. Okay. I will say this in case something happens. Because I can state this as a fact, but throw a caveat for the people that might basically have a caveat in my statement with the Wii U and the whole disc rot. Any disc for a console can rot, and just discs in general can rot. And if you got a bad batch of discs from, like, trying to hold a point on wording that word. If you got a bad batch of discs and they rotted because it was a bad batch, like those notorious DVDs from Warner Brothers that they basically released from the years 2006 to 2009.
I think I can't.
Yes.
Can't go up. Get kind of stuck on. I can't tell if I'm like supposed to roll up.
I'm pretty sure you need a different power for that. Anyway. Like those notoriously bad Warner Brothers DVDs, a bad batch of discs can easily become a problem. And the Sega Saturn was also notorious for incredibly bad discs. But the Wii U, everyone acts like is the worst thing ever and that all your Wii U games are going to be crap. But no one has found an obvious connection. Yeah, it's after 2 kisses. And because no one has a good connection, I think the problem with the Wii U disc rot is either people mistreating their discs, and it's just disc rot from mistreating a disc, because disc rot is common if you store a disc in certain types of environments. Hot and cold can ruin a disc. And I do think a lot of the disc rot is likely either a bad batch of games, which could unfortunately happen, or people are just mistreating their discs. But with that said, if proven wrong, I will acknowledge that, but no one has provided evidence that proves that this is an actual serious problem and not just an unfortunate thing of someone having like a single faulty disc that they happen to get.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those. Fuck. Though if it's going to be one of those, wouldn't that mean I'm going to like need Luigi to stay on, but I'm not getting a prompt to have him.
There's probably a block around here. Okay, finishing my point. If it turns out that someone can actually find concrete evidence that there is... If it turns out that someone can find concrete evidence that there is an actual problem with Wii U discs, and it's not just a couple of weird sparse cases of people being dumb or just a random bad batch, that wouldn't surprise me if a few of those exist, then it seems like this scare is a bunch of nonsense of people that did something stupid and are acting like there's a pandemic. But I will be reasonable and say, since there isn't sort of proof that they're...
You could say it's get him to stay there, yet there's not a... Yeah, there's not a prompt. Weird.
I almost said just a try, and that would explain the wood. And then Mario...
I could tell it was what the game wanted me to do. My problem was I was like, the game's not giving me a prompt. Oh god, I was worried they would start me back.
Oh good, my material was getting nervous. Anyway, that's my small Wii U rant. I'm not saying the disc rot thing isn't a problem, but until there's actual good concrete evidence that it's an actual issue, it seems like it was just some happenstance and neglect. And there's a cactus. Anyway, so it's just so funny to me. The console we didn't care about's dead, guys. You know, in hindsight, the Wii U was kind of cool.
Because, like, someone I talked to, like, when the Wii U eShop was being shut down, said, people only care about something when they can't have it. Because that is exactly what it is. You all only care about the Wii U because you can't have it anymore because the eShop was taken down. Oh, over everything. Luigi, why don't you? Oh no, that's not good. Well, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, there's a way to chase them off.
I wouldn't even attempt to go over there, like anywhere near. Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yes.
Oh, good. No, 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 no,
No,
no,
suckers!
no, no.
Like, yeah.
No, we're... Yeah, good. Yeah, just... Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Oh my god. Oh. If I'm not paying attention and I left that burp in and it was audible, sorry about that. But if I am paying attention, go back and see if that burp was audible because I was about to speak. Mario. Anyway.
Of course.
Right?
Of course, oh, damn it. Of course, these enemies fall into the trope of they seem like they're weaker when they're in the other state, but of course they have something that makes them more annoying. And fuck all of you.
Anyway. The Wii U thing amuses me because, like...
It's the same... I'm going to be that guy. It's the same reason you people have a fetish for legacy content.
And...
214. Ooh. Ooh. I like the Yosh. Ain't no kill like an overkill.
Kill.
Wait, that enemy's water based on that.
Yeah.
Is it weak to electricity?
Or is that dumb happenstance?
Every one of those was a lucky.
Could be dumb happenstance.
And happened 3 times in a row?
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, true. I missed, hold on.
Mario, Luigi, Mario, Mario, Luigi.
A,
Mario,
B,
Luigi,
A,
Mario,
A,
Mario,
B.
Luigi. Super Nut.
Yeah, like I missed I missed 2 98s in Sacred Stones, and that's 2 98s in True Hit, meaning that's a pure crock of bullshit.
Booyah. All the stuff.
Damn it. God
Now-
damn it, game.
In the middle of that thought I was doing, we have a Wii U because we got one when it was new because we actually cared about the console, and it's just so fucking funny about like, oh, this console we don't give a fuck about. It's like as soon as the eShop closed, everyone's like, oh, the console we don't give a shit about. The eShop closed, and that means greedy, evil Nintendo doesn't want you to be able to get games digitally on a console that nobody cared about. So go ahead and mod your console and download every Nintendo game ever.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit! They're weak to electricity. That's so stupid. I don't...
That makes sense, but it's dumb.
The game hasn't done other shit like that.
Yes.
That's why it kind of pisses me off. The game hasn't done other shit like that.
That was what annoyed me. Like, you want to mod a console after the console is technically off the market and no longer supported online? I don't think that's unreasonable, but literally everyone, the Wii U isn't on the market. anymore, and they closed the eShop. Mod your Wii U's, download every Wii U game. Because evil, greedy Nintendo closed the shop, download all the games, give them the middle finger for the console that you didn't support. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, you know what? I actually technically have a few questions, and this specific set of questions in this topic will likely be somewhat controversial, but it is super interesting to ask because we were talking about it. Basically, how do you feel about all the different Wii U stuff we were talking about? That's why I said this will technically be multiple questions, because I'm combining the questions about the eShop closing and the disc rut and other things. So this is one multi-part question to really emphasize what I'm trying to say, because my question is basically our entire discussion as a question. How do you feel about all of that? And I will start with the first one. How do you feel about people getting really butthurt about the eShop closing, even though no one gave a rat's ass about the Wii U? Because I agree with Carson. People are just mad they can't have something. So people are just mad that they can't have the Wii U, and they need to use this as ammo to basically justify emulation and piracy. Oh, evil, greedy Nintendo took away the eShop on a console that nobody gave a rat's ass about. Why now? You're just mad that you can't have it? And that basically does perfectly get to the second part of this, where I said I would frame this as individual questions that are all interconnected. How do you feel about that whole scare, and I'm doing air quotes, when it comes to Wii U games having a serious disc rot problem? When I have not really seen proof of that. I've just seen a few scattershot people, and it feels like everyone wanted to just bring Nintendo down a peg, and no one can prove that that was an actual epidemic. People just say that their Wii U games have disc rot, and you see an occasional post about someone getting a second-hand game with disc rot. So all of these people, even if they show the disc with disc rot, all fearmonger with a basically huge lack of overall evidence. Oh, every Wii U game will disc rot in like 10 years. The Wii U was a bad console. And oh, evil, greedy Nintendo taking away the eShop means if you get a Wii U second hand, you can't actually get physical games. No physical games exist. The Wii U basically has no physical games. They all disc rotted away. So your only choice is to basically find rips online. You have to find rips online and mod your Wii U, because not a single physical game can last, and anyone who says their physical collection is fine, no, motherfucker. Your physical collection will probably die in a year or two. All Wii U games die. All of these discs will disc rot in like 30 minutes. And evil, greedy Nintendo taking away the eShop means you have no choice but to mod your console and find the archived and preserved files online. It's the only way. You people did not give a rat's ass about this console, and then you fearmonger that it's suddenly the bestest console ever, and your fearmongering is about how, oh, the eShop is gone, so you can't get digital games, and oh, every disc on this console suffers disc rot, so not a single disc on this console is usable. So you just have to do all your fear-mongering bullshit, and that leads to the final part of this question. How many of you are also really fucking annoyed at this sudden love and appreciation for the Wii U, as if people suddenly realized this thing is actually pretty fucking cool, and in hindsight, we actually mistreated it? Oh, bull fucking shit. You had ample opportunity to experience the Wii U. Don't turn around and act like you've suddenly become enlightened that the Wii U is this amazing console. No, y'all are just mad that you can't access the eShop, and you use the disc rot thing to justify piracy, because that's all this is. That's all this will ever be. You people want to justify piracy and use emulation for piracy instead of using emulation to play your own personal backups. Emulation is a springboard for piracy. I'm going to start saying this point this way. Emulation is technically not piracy, because emulation is just emulating whatever. The problem with modern emulation is all of y'all fire up an emulator to play games you don't fucking own. Emulation might not be piracy, but it can be used for piracy, and all of y'all are using it for piracy with the flimsy excuse that these companies just do not re-release their games. So emulation is the only way to play these games. It's not piracy, it's preservation, it's archival. Except in recent years, and I will throw this point in because of when I'm recording this, I can add this as a bonus, because this really does tell me everything I need to know. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door gets the game on Switch, and people bitch about that not being a good game because it's 30 FPS and it doesn't add enough content, and this and that and all this bullshit. And people tried to say, oh, remakes and remasters are bad replacements because you don't get to play the original game. And if you wanted to play the original Thousand Year Door from the GameCube, you still need emulation, or if not emulation, you need to mod a GameCube or a Wii, get a rip of Thousand Year Door, and load it onto your GameCube or Wii, because people with modding often play games they don't own original hardware, because they take a rip and they use a modded console that lets you play backups, except they don't own the game, so this backup isn't theirs. Quick side point, I'm not encouraging piracy, and I'm not encouraging console modding and stuff either, even if me and Carson have dipped into that. Different rules and regulations exist in your area, but this isn't about that. And what you do or don't do could get you in a hell of a lot of trouble. But that was just a quick springboard to what I was trying to say. And the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green that released on the Switch and the Switch 2 those games pretty much prove something that me and Carson both thought about. People probably were convinced that these companies would never actually re-release their games. So these people could sit there and make emulation seem so morally just because these evil, greedy companies are not re-releasing their games. So there are all of these games you can't play. And if you want to play these games, you have to go find secondhand copies and secondhand consoles and stuff. And that means giving a dude on eBay thousands of dollars, and that gives scalpers money. And oh, we shouldn't be feeding scalpers. That doesn't do anything good in the long run. So you had to sit there because you could use your moral superiority. Oh, golly gee, they're not ever going to re-release these games. Emulation is the only way to play these games. It's not piracy. It's archival. It's preservation. We archived games. We preserved them. The only way to enjoy these games is through emulation. But oh, if companies did re-release these games, we would play them. But oh, companies are never going to re-release these games. Pokemon gets re-released. You make a million excuses as to why it's bad. No, you're just upset and scared because all of you emulator nuts can no longer tell people just emulate Pokemon and play all these awesome ROM hacks. Because now that there's a legal way to play Fire Red and Leaf Green, Fire Red and Leaf Green have been removed from the whole discussion of, oh, the only way to play these is to emulate. You now have a valid way to play Fire Red and Leaf Green, but you have to make up excuses as to why Game Freak did something bad because you're scared. I'm gonna finish this rant because I've been going for like almost 15 minutes. I just get super passionate. But to paraphrase what the one YouTuber said is like, y'all are scared because you can no longer justify blatant piracy. Shut the fuck up and give Game Freak and Nintendo your $40 and play the games legally like you said you would. And maybe shelve your emulator for a while unless you ripped your own copy of the game and can prove that you ripped your own copy, because otherwise you can't. And now you can't justify blatant piracy because you people never thought companies would re-release stuff. So now you're scared because you can't argue against people calling you pirates anymore. But this has been a long-winded rant. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.